Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhav Hari Radha Madhav Hari Radhe. Jaya Srinaji Gopal, Srinaji Gopal, Srinaji Gopal, Jaya Srinaji Gopal. Jaya Nitai Gaura Hari, Jai Nitai Gaura Hari, Jai Nitai Gaura Hari, Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Ram Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bhagavad Ki Jai.
Preliminaries, where are our candidates? Please come sit. The machine that's chanting japa, can that go off? You've done the preliminaries? No? So now? Well. Yes, thank you.
The mind has to go down a little.
Neck beats? Neck beats?
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. They have to.
Procedure-wise, just so that we're in sync with one another. We'll together say Brahma Samhita, then I'll speak something, and then they'll take their vows. And then you take over from there. Is that fine with you? Is that yes?
Have you here, Maharaj?
No, I'm speaking to you. I'm not speaking to them. I'm speaking to you.
Me?
So that you and I are
Okay.
moving forward with the same procedure.
Okay.
Brahma Samhita.
Okay.
I'll speak something.
Right.
They'll take their vows,
Mm-hmm.
and then you take over.
Okay.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll chant together, and please allow me to chant swiftly, and you try to keep pace. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Jintamani Prakada Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha Lakshavrate Susarabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam Venum Kantamaravinda Daraya Taksam Varhavatam samasitam Buddha sundarangam Kandarpakotikamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti Pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chinmaya sadujvala vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam achyutam anadim anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedesha Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhakta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantasta Koti Satavatsara Sambragamyo Vayo Ratapi Manaso Muni Pungavanam Sopyasti Yad Papadasinya Vachincha Tatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Saurachayatam Jagadanda Kotim Yaj Shaktirasti Jagadanta Jadayadanta Andantarasta Paramanu Chayantarastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yad Bhava Bhava Tadiyoma Najasta Taiva Samprapya Rupa Mahamasha Nayana Bhushaha Suktaryam Eva Nigaba Prathataistavanti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabis Tabhirya Eva Nijarupataya Kalabhi Goloka Eva Nivisatya Kilatma Bhutto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjarachurita Bhakti Vilochanena Santapsadaiva Hridayesha Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundara Vachinchugana Sarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadi Murtushakalani Amena Tishtan Nana Vatara Makarod Bhuvaneshu Kinto Krishna Swayam Sabhavak Paramak Pamanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti Koti Svashesha Vasudhari Vibhoti Vinnam Tad Brahma Nishkalam Anantam Ashesha Bhotam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Maya Hiyasya Jagadanda Shatani Sutte Traikunya Tadvishaya Veda Vitaya Mana Satbhavalambi Parasatvam Vishuddha Sattvam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasamakaya Manaksu Yad Praninam Pariparam Smarutamapetya Leela Yatenu Bhuvanani Jagat Yajasram Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Golokananda Nimitam Nitade Chatasya Devi Maheshu Haridama Suteshu Teshu Te Te Prabhavani Chayavi Tashayena Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shishtistati Pranaya Sadhana Shaktireka Chaye Vayasya Bhuvanani Vivarti Durga Ichchana Api Yasya Tatestate Sam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Khiram Yatadhi Vikara Vishesha Yogat Sanjayate Pratyagasti Hetoho Yaksham Mutam Api Tatha Samupaiti Karyad Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Deeparcha Eva Hidrasham Taram Abhyupetya Deepayateva Vrittahetu Samana Dharma Yastadra Eva Hitra Vishnu Taya Vivati Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yakkaranarna Bhajade Bhajati Sma Yoga Nidra Mananta Jagadanda Saroma Kupaha Adhara Shakti Malalamya Param Sumurtim Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasyaika Nishvatita Kalamatavalambya Jivanti Loma Vidaja Jagadandanata Vishnur Mahan Hishayasya Kala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Basvanyatamshma Sakaleshu Najesha Teja Sviyam Kiyat Prakariyat Tadvitadvadatra Brahmaya Esha Jagadanda Vidhana Karta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yatpada Pallava Yugam Vinidhaya Kumbha Dvandve Pranama Samaye Saganadi Raja Bidham Vihantam Adayasya Kartriyasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Agnirmai Ambramarudna Shascha Kalastathatmanasita Jagatrayani Yasmad Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Yamcha Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chakshu Esa Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Shesha Tejaha Yasyagya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dharma Tapapa Nichaya Shutayas Tapangsi Brahmadi Kita Patagavadayascha Jivaha Yadratra Matra Prakata Prabhava Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yastvindra Gopamatavindra Mahosra Karma Bandhana Rupa Palabhajanam Atanoti Karmani Nirdahita Kintu Jabhakti Bhajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Sahaja Pranayadi Bhiti Vatsalya Moha Gura Gaurava Seda Bhavai Sanchitya Tasya Sadushim Tanam Apurete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shri Yakanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpatarvo Druma Bhumis Chintamani Ganamayi Toyamamritam Kathak Ganam Natyam Ganamapi Vamshi Priyasaki Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapita Dasmadhyam Apicha Satyakrakshurabdi Shrabati Surabhibhyasya Sumahan Nimeshadhyakyo Vrajati Nahi Atrapi Samaya Vaje Shveta Dvipam Tamaham Iha Goloka Nityam Vidantaste Shantashati Virala Charakatipaye Ishvara Parama Krishna
Sachid Ananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam.
For those of you not familiar with these Sri Brahma Samhita prayers, I like reciting these verses on the occasion of initiations because three reasons. One, it's standard to hear the recitation of standard prayers, Sanskrit prayers, because it's purifying and creating an atmosphere of auspiciousness by reciting these wonderful slokas. A second reason is these prayers are written by or created by Lord Brahma, who is the original preceptor of our sampradaya, and he achieved the realizations that are expressed in these prayers as a result of chanting his mantra. And the earlier parts before these prayers begin, it describes his process of self-realization, and two details. When Brahma appeared, it was in the midst of darkness in all directions. There was nothing. There was his source of origin, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, the stem of the lotus on which he appeared in himself. Meaning it was darkness in all directions. There wasn't a sun, there wasn't a moon, there wasn't electricity. There was nothing. There's darkness in all directions. Imagine. What do you do when you're born in this darkness in all directions? So, according to the description, it's in the Bhagavatam as well, he heard some splashing while sitting on the lotus. And so he put two and two together and said, whatever's down there, that's probably where I came from. So he started climbing down the stem. And he climbed down the stem and climbed down the stem and climbed down the stem. And he couldn't find the end to the stem. So he couldn't find his origin by sense inspection. And then he heard two syllables repeated 3 times. Ta, pa. Ta, pa. Ta, pa. And he knew what to do. Tapa. Tapasya, austerity. So he climbed back up. And as he was... Shh. Whose child is this? Can somebody do something about this child? You probably have to take the child to a different room. See you later. A few years later. He heard a sound. Aside from tapa, the sound that he heard, it's a very nice narration. The sound that he heard was Gayatri mantra. Now this is initiation in the Hare Krishna mantra, which is in our ISKCON practice, in the Pancharatrika system. The initiation into the chanting of the holy name precedes the initiation into Gayatri mantra, but he received Gayatri mantra directly from the spiritual personality, Sarup Shakti, named Saraswati. We had this discussion yesterday. We're going to hear it again for the Sunday program. The original source of everything is Krishna. And that original source of everything, Krishna, has his potencies. They're co-eternal with him. They don't come into being. They're eternal as he is eternal. His Swarup Shaktis, his own spiritual potencies. And one of those spiritual potencies is Saraswati. Before creation, there's the Swarup Shakti of different names, and one of those different names, we're going to hear tomorrow of another name, is Saraswati. So it's that Saraswati that gave the initial mantra to Lord Brahma. And we receive the same mantra when we receive Gayatri mantras. And he chanted that mantra for a long time, thousands of years. And then he heard a second mantra that entered his ear as the sound of Krishna's flute. It's still darkness in all directions. There's no creation yet. But he heard the sound of Krishna's flute, and it came out his mouth in the form of another Gayatri mantra. And those two mantras he chanted for a long time, thousands of years. And then gradually, through chanting of mantra, in darkness in all directions, but he's very determined, he came to some realizations about the absolute truth. And these verses are the description of Lord Brahma's realization of the absolute truth. In different features, the absolute truth meaning that which is the source of everything. And everything comes from the source of everything, and so these verses are describing how everything, it's not everything, but many, many, many things, they exist resting upon Govinda, the source of everything. Govindam Adi Purusham, the Adi Purusha, the original person. Tamaham Bhajami, I worship you, Govinda, who are the source of everything, and then there's the everythings, or the different features of creation that didn't exist when he first spoke these mantras, and then he created those things, because that's his service. We all have some service, because constitutionally we're servants of the source of everything. And he had his service, and that was building a universe with all its different parts. And he's an engineer, electrical engineer, civil engineer, the engineer of engineers. And he didn't have a college, he didn't attend college, he just chanted mantra. And he became well acquainted with the ocean of truth. And so that's what these prayers are very special, in part because they come from the head of our sampradaya, and most intelligent. To build something, it takes intelligence. What to speak of to build the universe with all of its details. Most intelligent, Lord Brahma. And Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muyanti Yad Suryaha, according to the Bhagavatam. All the Vedic knowledge was imparted into the heart of Lord Brahma. All the Vedic knowledge was imparted into the heart of Lord Brahma. He didn't need a book, didn't need a university, didn't need... His teacher was Krishna, personally. That was his teacher. And he gave him knowledge, and not only information kind of knowledge, but realization of everything. So that enough that he could build the universe. So he's our Pitamaha. He's our grandfather, the grandfather of all grandfathers. Krishna is the father of Lord Brahma, and Brahma is the grandfather of all grandfathers. So it's nice to recite these verses. Supposing one doesn't understand what they mean, that's okay. Hear them anyways, because it's purifying. And it may result in inspiration to learn what they mean. And then when you chant them, when you know what they mean, something nice happens. There's something churns inside. So that's why we did what we did, chanting this nice Sri Brahma Samhita prayers. A little comment on something else that we just did a little while ago for those of you who haven't attended events like this. In the very, very beginning, there's this nice procedure of adding neck beads. And there's a reason for it. It's not just, it's a ritual, but there's a reason for the ritual. According to the Vedic texts, when Diksha, which is happening during this function today, when Diksha takes place, it's Pancha Samskara. There are 5 samskaras, or impressions, that are transmitted to the disciple. And one of them is wearing neck beads. There's 5 things. Well, that's one of them. Tell a little story, just to get a little background. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, many of you know who is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. If you don't, you should find out. Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master's father. The picture is on our altar. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, great acharya. So before he received Diksha, his mantras at initiation, he was very elevated from childhood throughout his adult life. During some point in time, he was appointed the chief magistrate in Jagannath Puri by the British rule, which was never done. The British people put British people in charge. They appointed Bhaktivinoda Thakur in that position because he was so exalted. And so he made Puri his residence, and many things he did while in Puri, but one of the things that he did while in Puri was every day he would go to Jagannath Ballabh Garden, which is a very nice place, along the Grand Road, the same place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would rest during the midway of period from the Jagannath temple to the destination at Gundicha. So he would go to the Jagannath Ballabh Garden, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and recite Srimad Bhagavatam. And he had quite a following because he was a very elevated Vaishnava. But he didn't wear neck beads, and he didn't wear tilak. And because he didn't wear neck beads and didn't wear tilak, there was a celebrated sadhu, holy man, a Babaji, that privately spoke against Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Who is this fellow reciting Bhagavatam? He doesn't even wear neck beads and tilak. Ran. Bad-mouthing Bhaktivinoda Thakur. As a consequence, Bhaktivinoda Thakur heard he was being spoken ill by this very celebrated person, but he just tolerated it. He didn't bother about it, didn't go to the fellow and say, why are you saying these things, etc. He just carried on. And because of that offense made to, although he's a Babaji, he's a very sense-controlled, elevated, spiritually elevated person, he contracted a disease that was a deadly disease. Bhaktivinoda Thakur came to find out this person who's criticizing me, he's got this disease. He went to him and made a recommendation of how he could be cured. Knowing that he is speaking bad about him, he was compassionate anyways. And the Babaji became cured. And then the Babaji said, he came to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, I now realize why I contracted this disease, because I had offended you. But here's why I offended. I spoke ill of you. What's this person doing speaking the Srimad Bhagavatam? He doesn't even wear neck beads. Doesn't even wear tilak. How can he be a Vaishnava speaking the Bhagavatam? And Bhaktivinoda Thakur said in reply, because I've not yet found my Diksha Guru. And until then, no neck beads, no tilak. Now that was the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the late 1800s. His son, Bhaktisiddhanta, changed that, because it's not like a rigid rule, it's just a rule that Bhaktivinoda Thakur followed, because at the time of initiation, 5 things, including tilak and neck beads. So in ISKCON, we have tilak in our gift shop, and neck beads in our gift shop, and we encourage people wear tilak, wear neck beads. The practice during Bhaktivinoda Thakur's time wasn't done. So we still follow that procedure. We wear tilak. We don't put in fresh tilak at the time of Diksha, but change of neck beads. And 2 other things besides tilak and neck beads, a name is given that we do also at the time of at least our first initiation. And when Bhaktisiddhanta became initiated, he also accepted a spiritual name. the two additional items, traditionally, when someone received Gayatri Diksha, they would also receive a deity, maybe Shalagram Shila or some form of deity from their Diksha Guru, and instructions how to worship the deity. And the fifth item is tapa. In South Indian tradition, in Sri Vaishnava tradition, at least for men, because men receive the Gayatri mantras, there's a branding system, a hot metal piece showing chakra and gada placed on the shoulders of the men, and that's the tapa. Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, our tapa is our repentance for our past mistakes or past misuse of free will. That's what he's written to explain that fifth item, tapa. Because regretting one's past mistakes is a form of tapa, or austerity, or penance, or purification. So those are the five. That's why, little explanation of why the initiates are given neck beads. And a name. It's part of the Pancha Sanskar procedure. Now a little bit what the formality, because there's a formality, there's a procedure, and there's mantras, etc. And it can be more elaborate or more simple, or somewhere in between. But the principle of the yajna, including fire and grains into the fire and everything, has some significance, and that's all the yajna. Those of you that like to read Prabhupada's books, you know the meaning. Yajna means Vishnu, or specifically sacrifice to Vishnu. Yajna Vishnu. Yajna means sacrifice to Vishnu. So what's the sacrifice to Vishnu? It's taking that which has come from him, because he's the source of everything, and offering it back to him. That's bhakti. You receive, you give. Whatever you receive, you give. Because it's come from the source. So then that means there's the gesture of giving, which belongs already to someone who gave it to you, but it's the submission. And Diksha formalizes the submission and the acceptance. That's the essence of what Diksha is. Let's say it again. Submission and acceptance, that's the essence of Diksha. Now, in the process of Diksha, there's a guru. But the guru is the representative of the one who one is submitting to. And so the submission is unto Krishna, and the acceptance is by Krishna. There's what Prabhupada calls the current link in the chain of disciplic succession. So chains, it's just language. Chains have links connected to something. And then over on this end is where we are. And then over on the other end is where Krishna is. And there's links that connect one to Krishna. The disciplic succession links. So the submission is unto the current link, but it's really unto Krishna, because the current link isn't accepting submission unto oneself, but on behalf of. That's at least if one is doing things properly. You're not acting, one is not acting independently, but on behalf of. As a representative of the cyclic succession, and thus the representative of the source of everything. So the essence of what we're doing is submission to Krishna, acceptance by Krishna. That's the essence. There's mantras, and there's procedures, and there's tantras, and there's color and fire, and just things. Those are details. The essence of the details is submission and acceptance. And it's formality. And so with the formality of submission and acceptance, there's vows. And in Vedic culture, in any culture, but certainly in Vedic culture, when you take a vow, you uphold your vow. When I was a young boy, I was taught a certain lesson. A man is only as good as he keeps his word. You give your word, you keep your word. And if you don't keep your word, you're not a good man. You give your word, you keep your word. So vows are meant to be upheld. And the vow is before the deity, before the Vaishnavas, before the spiritual master. So it's serious. Lifelong vow. That's the vows of initiation. And to come to this stage, it takes some time. Who knows how many lifetimes it may take to come to this stage. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a nice verse spoken by Lord Chaitanya. Brahmanda Brahmite Konya Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadi by Bhakti Lata Bij. Meaning, Jiva, the living entity, is wandering and wandering and wandering, up and down, throughout this whole, Brahmanda means universe. Brahmanda, Brahmite, Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. The fortunate soul is Bhagyavan. Bhagavan is the Supreme, and Bhagyavan is one who receives the mercy of the Supreme, one who gets that kripa, the mercy of the Supreme. Bhagyavan Jeev. Guru Krishna Prasade Bhai Bhakti Lata Bij. That person wandering and wandering and wandering, somehow they may become fortunate, Bhagyavan. And that fortune is symbolized by or signified by receiving the bija or the seed of bhakti. Before coming here to Phoenix, I was in Singapore. And while in Singapore, one of the things that I did in Singapore was I conducted a 14-part seminar on Madhurya Kandambani, which just discusses taking the seed of bhakti and growing the seed of bhakti in stages and stages and stages up to the stage of mature bhakti or prema bhakti, just by the following of the teachings of Rupa Goswami, expanded by one of the subsequent acharyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So to receive the bija or seed of bhakti lata means creeper. It's a nice metaphor. Same metaphor that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used, Rupa Goswami uses. The bhakti can be compared to a creeper, and it starts with a seed, just like tulsi plants. The tulsi plant starts with a seed. You plant the seed, water the seed, and put the seed in soil, and it starts to sprout. So bhakti creeper also, by the right procedure, the watering process is the hearing and chanting process done properly, then the seed starts to sprout. And as the seed starts to sprout, it matures and matures. And according to the 9 stages of bhakti, the unfolding of the creeper, the stage of initiation that we're doing today comes during the stage of bhajana kriya, a little education. The seed is some preliminary faith, adau shraddha. So that's the soil, not exactly the seed. And then something happens. Someone, these 2 persons and others, may have some preliminary faith. The preliminary faith means there's a reality that's beyond this stuff. I don't know what it is. but there's a higher reality, and I want to know what that higher reality is. That's preliminary faith. Andar Shraddha. And then something happens. What's that something that happens? Krishna sees that faith, and Krishna sends somebody that carries the seed. That's the sadhu. So sadhu sangha comes next. Adau Shraddha tatak sadhu sangha. And then when you have association with sadhus, what do? You do what sadhus do. You do with sadhus what sadhus do. Bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya, practice of devotional service. Sadhana bhakti. That's what you do. And traditionally, consistently, the stage of initiation comes in that bhajana kriya range. It's not like everything's on hold until that happens. The creeper of bhakti is continuing to grow. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it took a long time before his initiation occurred by his own choice, because he had not yet found someone who he felt he wanted to give his life to in surrender. He did, and he received a name and wore tilak and neck beads. So same here. It's just the unfolding of that seed of the creeper of bhakti at a certain stage. And then comes other additional stages, anartha vritti, etc. It's a very reasonable and also very sweet science. Reason isn't dry. Reason can be very, very delightful. And the science of bhakti is very delightful. Not just because artists paint it nicely, but the subjective experience is like that. In this book, Madhurya Kandambani, just a little sharing on the same point, there's 2 Mangalacharana verses. I'm speaking about it because I just was immersed in it for 14 classes. So, Mangala means auspicious. Charana literally means lotus feet, so it's one's at the feet of a text offering praise to the text that's going to follow. And in the Mangalacharana verse for this first of 2 Mangalacharana prayers, the author, Vishwanath, says, he writes, that this process of bhakti, which the book is about the unfolding of the creeper of bhakti, from the very beginning stages, one experiences great happiness. The potency is there. The example is given from Scripture, just like one who, if you ever fasted, some of us have fasted, and at the end of the fasting period, it's fine. Fasting is nice. It's a nice tapa. But when you break the fast, it's predictable what's going to happen. 3 things, according to Scripture, and it's true from experience. Hunger subsides. Strength comes back to the body. And at a certain point, one feels satisfied. Like, no thanks, I don't need anything more. All those 3 things, they're predictable by breaking the fast. Similarly, this is from the 11th canto Bhagavatam. Similarly, from the very beginning of bhakti, it's predictable that there's some kleshagni, there's some mitigation of the kleshas of material existence immediately. Not completely, but immediately. It's just like you turn the light on and the darkness is dispelled. Then you don't have to wait. Immediately. And the darkness dispelled may not be an on and off switch, it may be a dimmer switch. So similar to the beginning of bhakti is some submission, some light. Further submission, more light, less darkness. But from the very beginning, so bhakti is like that. Even at the earlier stages of bhakti, one can experience subjectively, provided that there's this submission and acceptance. Supposing, it does happen, supposing at some point submission slackens, this is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's terminology, supposing submission slackens, then what? Then what is that one will experience revival or reawakening of dormant material desire and material activity following material desire and darkness again. So the operative principle is submission unto Krishna, and Krishna is very kind, he'll accept our submission. He doesn't say no, he doesn't say maybe, it's yes. And so the bhakti process is a very wonderful process. And this is marking a stage of that unfolding of the seed and thus the creeper of bhakti. Now I want to just make reference to one more verse because from my experience, whenever Prabhupada conducted initiation ceremonies, you can listen to the lectures, he'll invariably speak certain verses. And one of those verses is that it's not optional, abhigachet, it's imperative to come to the stage of awakened bhakti. This stage of diksha is imperative, the acceptance of and submission unto the spiritual master. Tad vijnanartam sagurum eva abhigachet samatpani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. It's a nice Upanishadic verse. Abhigachet, I'm not a Sanskrit scholar, but I've heard Prabhupada say this over and over, maybe 300 times. Abhigachet has the force of saying it's imperative, meaning it's not optional. It's a must. And that must is Guru Prapadyeta, Tasmat Guru Prapadyeta, Jigyasu Shreya Uttama, Shabde Parecha Nishnatam Brahmani Upashamashrayam. That's another verse from the 11th canto Bhagavatam. But Abhigachet is Tad Vijnanartam Sagurum Eva Abhigachet. That person, Tad Vijnanartam, that person that wants to know not just jnana, but vijnana. Realize knowledge. If you want to have the direct experience, not theoretical, but direct experience of transcendental, awakening of transcendental knowledge, then it's imperative to take shelter of a spiritual master, Sagurum Eva Abhigachet. And then what's the criterion, what's the lakshana, what's the characteristics of a qualified spiritual master? Samatpani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Sagurum Tadvijnanartam Sagurum Eva Abhigachet. Samatpani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Samatpani is describing the qualification of the student. Literally it means firewood in hand. Just like when Krishna became a student, Krishna doesn't need to go to school, but he went to school to set an example. So he went to the school of Sandipani Muni. And what did he do? In service to this teacher, he rendered some service. What the service? One of the services mentioned. He, Krishna, and his dear friend Sudama Brahman, they were same age. They went together into the forest to gather firewood for the yajna, for his teacher, because the teacher was a brahmana, and the teacher wanted to do a yajna, so the two boys went off to the forest to gather some firewood for the yajna. So that's samatpani means, in principle, carrying a mood of service. Whatever's needed, that's what I like to do, is whatever's needed. Samatpani. And then the teacher, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Shrotriyam means they've heard. Shrotriyam. And Brahma Nishtam. They've heard to the extent that they are fixed, Nishtha. Shrotriyam, Brahma Nishtam, they're fixed in transcendence. Which means they can then teach it because they're fixed in it. You can't give something that you don't have. So if you want to give something, you have to have it to give it. You have to receive it. That means they have heard, and they've received, and now they're fixed. And they can give that to the student or the disciple. So one last thing. In the process of initiation, the submission and acceptance, there's something very nice that happens. Like, not something visible, there's something visible that happens, but there's something that is not so visible. And that is, through the mantra, receiving mantra through initiation, just like what happened to Brahma, we discussed. Brahma received 2 Gayatri mantras, and he chanted them, and something happened. He received knowledge. Light went on, and he received knowledge. So, divyam jnanam yato dadyat kuryat papya sangshaya yata diksha vidhanena dvijatvam jayate nranam. Another nice verse. Divyam jnanam, just like our pujari is Divya Sham. So there's Divya Jnana, transcendental knowledge. Divya Jnanam, the toe. Dadyat means it gives. The mantra itself gives, the submission and acceptance and the transmission of knowledge through the mantra. The seed is there. And seeds can, if nurtured properly, can grow into something nice. In this case, the creeper of bhakti can grow into a life of devotion. And then knowledge increases, at least potentially. Phones are nice. Especially nice when they're shut off. Okay. So now we're ready for the nice part, the part that everybody likes. The candidates are going to be requested to take vows. We already discussed keeping your word. Vows are meant for life. And the vows are connected to 2 things. 1, the mantra, and 2 is activities that block the potency of the mantra, and in just taking vows to refrain from those activities. Prohibitions. Injunctions, chant. Prohibition, sinful activities. The core principle, sinful activities are 4 in number. And for those of you that have not participated in events like this, they're 4 vows that are described in the Bhagavatam. The pillars of sin are 4 in number, and if one can refrain from these 4, then it makes it much easier than any other violations of Vedic standards or proper conduct can be checked. Or say it in reverse. that these four are not observed, then it opens the door for further tendencies to make havoc in life and disrupt spiritual well-being. So injunctions and prohibitions, that's what's coming next. Vows of initiation. Now, something that I like to do, it's not like a rule, it's just I like to do, is the persons who are going to be initiated, somebody say something about that person so that you know who that person is. Not so that like they feel good, somebody said something nice about them. It's just for the sake of the audience and invoking appreciation for the character of the individual. So, well, let's do it the other way. Kalpana, you speak on Kalpana. Because age before beauty, right? You're going to have to go over there. Our official sound system person is on the job.
Hare Krishna. So, I think most of you probably have not met Swapna Mataji. She lives in San Diego and she came here just to take initiation from Maharaj with her daughter. And she's very shy, very humble. And I'd just like to ask her one thing. Mataji, how long have you been practicing Krishna consciousness?
I met
She has to add up the numbers, it's a big number.
more than 20 years.
More than 30 years.
More than 20 years. Maharaj says 30 years, more than 30 years. So,
Isn't it? More than 20. Okay, more than 20.
more than 20 years.
I've known her for so long. She's like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. She's taking her time. Go ahead.
So, many times, people wonder about initiation, how long, some people say, you're taking it too soon. And here you got an example where Mataji waited for so many years to take initiation. And I know a few of you in the audience who have been waiting for a long time to take initiation, but please take courage. You always have time to take initiation. Don't get disheartened, if you have ups and downs in your life, things happen. So, Mataji, congratulations, you waited so long. And Mataji said she waited so long, she was looking for the right, guru, and she really liked the simplicity of Maharaj and the way he takes care of his disciples so nicely, so lovingly. And that is what pulled her, drew her to Maharaj. And she made the final decision to take initiation. Mataji, I hope you'll visit us more often and take darshan of our deities. And Maharaj visits us a couple of times a year. We hope to see you again soon with your new name. Congratulations. Hare Krishna.
Although she's quiet and shy, she has many friends. And her many friends are jumping up and down right now to see her take this step. Okay, so you come forward and pay obeisances, and Prabhupada first. Yashoda, how many rounds are you chanting every day these days? 16. Following in Mom's footsteps. Congratulations. To have a teenage daughter that's chanting 16 rounds is a major accomplishment. You're fortunate. And job well done. Okay. So the you'll chant how many rounds minimum every day for the rest of your life? Very good. And the 4 rules that you'll follow? Very good. Yes, that's the other one. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so your initiated name is Keshava Priya Devi Dasi.
Keshava Priya Devi Dasi ki.
So the meaning is 2. One is one who is very dear to Keshava. And the other is, this is a standard name by which Tulsi Devi is addressed. Yesterday we spoke about Tulsi Devi and Vrinda Devi, and Keshava Priya is a standard name by which Tulsi Devi is addressed. So that's the second meaning of your name. Amanda, let's go. Obeisances before Prabhupada, then you come forward. I understand your mom is here, yes? Yes. Yeah. She's got her daughter and she's got her mom. And mom is chanting 16 rounds too, I heard. Yeah? Congratulations, Amanda. Huh?
She's very good at leading and bringing me in.
She's a good guide to help you come closer to Krishna, right?
Through her compassion and her leadership, she's always bringing it back to scripture, and it's just helped me lead me to find my bhakti and to find Krishna, realize he's in my heart.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Well done. Well done. Go team, go. Okay. On your beads, you'll chant how many rounds every day, minimum?
16.
16 rounds. And the 4 rules that you follow?
No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex.
Okay. Very good. And you didn't hear what she said, but she took a vow that she'll make her best effort. So asking you, will you please make your best effort for the rest of your life to continue carefully following Srila Prabhupada's teachings?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make my best.
You ready? Okay. Initiated name. It's a nice name. Here you go. Audarya Gaurangi Dasi.
Audarya Gaurangi Devi Dasi ki.
Audarya means more than mercy, it's munificent. So we yesterday evening we discussed about the term Madhurya. Krishna's, the forms of Bhagavan manifest Aishwarya or opulence. The form of Krishna in his childhood manifests sweetness or Madhurya. And Lord Chaitanya manifests Audarya, or more than just mercy, but munificence, like extreme Namo Mahavadanyaya, Krishna Prema Pradayate. He's the most munificent. So that's Audarya is just the meaning of Audarya. And Gaurangi is the female of Gauranga, is Gaurangi. Audarya Gaurangi Devi Dasi. So now we're ready for the yajna. Now it's your part. I got beats mixed up. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagunarunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakham Vitam Cha Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chachurumritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namam Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayyam Dadati Sopadandikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate. So take your Guru's name, and if you do know the name of Pranam Mantra, you can just chant by mind.
You say. You're the priest, you say.
Your Pranam Mantra I do not know.
The same, Prabhupada just hit my name instead of his name.
Okay. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Romapada Swami Iti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunevadi Paschatya Dasatarine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Iti Namine. Sri Vasabhanavi Dehi Daitaya Pitadaya Krishna Sambandha Vigyana Daine Prabhave Nama Madhurya Ujjala Premarya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Sakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Apasiddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sachat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamam Rasambode Padam Bujayate Nama Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Sakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravirbhava Bhumestum Nirdishta Sajana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannathayate Nama Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prevam Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauratise Nama Nityananda Maham Bande Karne Lambita Kundalam Chaitanagraja Rupena Pavitri Krita Bhutalam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jayato Surotor Pangur Mama Mandana Tirigati Matsarvasu Padam Bhojau Radha Madar Mohano Divyat Bintaranya Kalpatrumada Srimad Ratnagara Sinhasanastav Srimad Radha Sila Govinda Devo Prashtale Veshamani Smarami Srimad Rasa Rasarambi Bamshi Bhatta Tadrachida Karsan Benam Sore Gopi Gopinatha Sri Atuna Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Iti Acharya Bandana Acharya. Now Mangalacharanam Yam Brahma Vedanta Vido Vadanti Pari Pradhanam Drusam Tathane Vishwatagate Karan Srva Tasmai Namo Vigna Vinasanayam Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pasyanti Surayat Vichacha Suratam Vibhirata Jagamate Vishnu Yad Paramam Padam Krishna Vai Sajidanandagana Krishnadi Brusam Krishna Purusottamam Krishna Hav Karamadi Mulam Krishna Sa Sarvakare Krishna Kasam Krishnadisam Mukham Prabhu Pujyam Krishnuna Asmin Anta Vaija Yan Mangalam Tattavadekati Iti Mangalacharanam Iti Swasti Vachanam Hari Om Punantu Mamdevana Punanam Nasadya Punantu Pusutani Jata Veda Punihima Om Asya Dicha Dicha Havana Karmani Karmani Punyaham Bhavantu Pravantu Punyaham Hari Om Udgate Vasapune Samagaya Svaira Brahma Putraiva Sarvaneshu Sam Sasi Prijeva Vaji Shishura Pitya Sarvatona Sapune Bhadrama Bhada Vishwana Sapune Punnimavadam Om Asya Karmana Dichya Karmana Soti Bhavantu Dichya Karmana Vishnu Yajna Soti Karmano Bhavantu Brahvantu Om Ayusmate Soti Om Soti Asya Karmana स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धसभाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति न तारचो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पति ददातु अस्य कर्मणो अस्य दीक्षा होम कर्मणो ओम रिद्धिं भवन्तु ब्रुवन्तु मृद्धेतां ओम हृदयास्म तोमं सनुयाम वाजसनु मंत्रं रथेहोपयेतां यथो यशो न पक्वं मधुवसन्दावतां स्वस्मिनो कामप्राहा ओम स्वस्ति नो गोविंद स्वस्ति नो अच्युतानंदो स्वस्ति नो वासुदेवो विष्णु ददातु स्वस्ति नो नारायणो नरो वै स्वस्ति नो पद्मनाभो पुरुषोत्तमो दधातु स्वस्ति नो भिक्षसेनो विश्वेश्वरो स्वस्ति नो ऋषिकेशो हरिर्ददातु स्वस्ति नो वैनतेयो हरि स्वस्ति नो अंजनो सुतो हनुर्भगवतो ददातु स्वस्ति स्वस्ति सुमंगल केशो महान श्रीकृष्ण से जानगण सर्वेश्वरेश्वरो ददातु इति स्वस्ति वाचनम पूजा गर्नु ल चन्दनको पूजा गर्नु पहिला यो कलशमा गुरु गर्नु This is Sattvic Vritti Shraddha. We just do the Avahanam for our Acharyas, and instead of the Navagraha, we just invite the Navayogendras and Gopas, Gopis, all together Krishna's Parsad, and then we start the Yajnapurush Havan. This first we do that. That's all on the full. ओम सर्वे संप्रदाय आचार्य या गच्छय तीर्थ युगल ओम य शनिदेय शनिद्रस्य सन्मुखभाव क्लीं हृदयाय श्रीकृष्ण श्रीशेषा गोविंदाय शिखाय गोविजन कवचायं वल्लभाय नेत्राय स्वास्त्राय फट इहमिति गुरु य परमे गुरु एते गणलोकसे ओम यम गुरवे नमः ओम इस्कोन प्रतिष्ठा आचार्याय नमः परम गुरवे नमः परंपरा गुरवे नमः ओम परमेष्ठे गुरवे नमः ओम सर्वेभ्यो महन्त गुरुभ्यो नमः फूलचरण ओम सर्वे वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः पंचमहाभागवत ओम भिक्षुसेनादि पंचमहाभागवत या गच्छय तीर्थ गर्नु आउनुस् प्रश्न ओम क्लीं हृदय या गच्छय तीर्थ या शनिदेय सन्दिरच या सन्मुखो भव फटाफट गर्नु पर्यो मुद्रा ओम क्लीं हृदयाय नमः श्रीकृष्ण श्री स्वा गोविंदाय शिखाय वज्र गोविजन कवचाय ओम वल्लभाय नेत्राय वस स्वासाय फट इह मैत्रि गुरु य परमे गुरु एष पुष्पाञ्जलि फूल चढाउनु है एते गन्धपछि ओम भिक्षुसेनादि पंचमहाभागवताय नमः अब नवयोगेन्द्र पल्लो कलशमा चढाउनु है अलिकति उठेर ओम नवयोगेन्द्राय कवयादि नवयोगेन्द्र या गच्छ य तिष्ठ य सन्धिदेय सन्धिहृदयस्य य सन्मुखो भव क्लीं हृदय यहीँबाट चढाउनु ओम क्लीं हृदयाय नमः ओम शिखाय वचर कवचाय ओम वल्लभाय नेत्राय वच स्वास्त्राय मत इति कुरु एते गन्धपछि ओम कवये नमः हवये नमः नौचोटि चढाउनु ओम अन्तरिक्षाय नमः ओम प्रबुद्धाय नमः उठेर चढाउनु ओम प्रबुद्धाय नमः पिप्लनाय आविर्होत्राय नमः दुर्निलाय नमः ओम चमसाय नमः ओम करभाजनाय नमो नमः नारदादि 10 दिक्पाल तीन दिक्पाल ओम नारदादि सर्वे दिक्पालगणा या गच्छय तिष्ठ ओम नारदाय नमः ओम कपिलाय नमः ओम हेमभागवताय नमः भीष्मदेवाय नमः सुखदेवाय नमः जनकाय नमः सदाशिवाय नमः प्रह्लादाय नमः ओम ब्रह्मणे नमः बलिराजाय नमः स्वयंभुवाय नमः गोपीहरूलाई ओम पौर्णमास्यादि भक्ति शक्त्याः या गच्छय तिष्ठ यावत् पूजां तावत् ओम इदं सन्निधेय सन्निद्रस्य सन्मुख भव क्लीं हृदयाय नमः श्रीकृष्ण श्रीस्वा गोविंदाय शिखाय गोविचाय कवचाय वल्लभाय नेत्राय वसतु ओम एते गन्धपुष्पे ओम पौर्णमास्यादि भक्ति सखा यहाँ ओम श्रीकृष्ण सखा ओम श्रीदामादि सर्वे गोपालगण या गच्छय तिष्ठ य सन्निधेय सन्निद्रस्य इदं पाद चढाउनु है एते गन्धपुष्पं श्रीदामने नमः सुदामने नमः स्तोत्रकृष्णाय नमः लवङ्गाय नमः अर्जुनाय नमः वसुदामने नमः विशालाय नमः सुबलाय नमः श्रीरामाय नमः श्रीकृष्णाय नमः साखी ओम ललितादि सर्वसख्याः या गच्छय तिष्ठ य सन्निधेय सन्निहृदयस्य ओम क्लीं हृदयाय नमः श्रीकृष्ण श्रीस्वा गोविंदाय शिखाय वज्र गोविजन कवचाय ओम वल्लभाय नेत्राय ओम ललितादि सर्वसख्ये गणेभ्यो नमो नमः यही कलर जो कलर्समा चाहिँ राधाकृष्णलाई पनि गरिदिनु। गर्दैन त्यहाँ 16 बजारले घन्टी बजार एकदम पाँचदिन अर्घिन आज पनि। ओम ईश पुष्पाञ्जलि हिन्दमासनम मुद्रा देखाउने। ओम स्वागतम सुस्वागतम एतत् पाद्यम इदम अर्घ्यम त्यहाँ चढाउँदै जाने। इदम आचमनीयम ईश मधुपर्क एकदम पुनराचन एकदम स्नान्यम मुद्रामा त देखाउनु पानी चढाउने यहाँ। ओम इदम स्नान्यम इदम वस्त्रम इदम आवराणि ईश गन्ध एतानि पुष्पाणि इद सुगन्ध पुष्पाणि एष धूपम दीपम नैवेद्यम प्रणामम। त्यहाँ चन्दन चढाउनु त अग्निभित्र अग्निमा। ओम रेखे त्वम पितरूपा पितवर्णसी 5 चोटि यसरी चढाउनु। ओम रेखे त्वम गोरूपा लोहित वर्णसी। ओम रेखे त्वम कालिन्दरूपा कृष्ण वर्णसी। ओम रेखे त्वम सुवर्ण रूपा श्री रूपा सुवर्ण वर्णसी। ओम रेखे त्वम सरस्वती शुक्ल वर्णसी। ओम निरस्त परावसु हरि ओम भूर्भुवसु। ल अग्नि जलाउनु पऱ्यो लाइटहरू एकदम तल कपुर राखेको छ। फ्यान मेबी अफ should be up. Sorry. ओम ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो प्रचोदयात्। ल अग्निलाई फुल राखेर 16 पूजा गर्ने। मै गरिदिन्छु छिटो होला कि। ओम यज्ञ पुरुष विष्णु यहाँ गच्छ यह तिष्ठ यावत् यह तिष्ठ इदं स्वागतं सुस्वागतं एतत् पाद्यम्। ओम इदं स्वागतं सुस्वागतं स्वागतं एतत् पाद्यं समर्पयामि। इदम् ईषद्गन्धपुष्प समर्पयामि। या गच्छ यह सन्निधि सन्निरच सन्मुखभव। क्लीं हृदयाय नमः श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्दाय शिखाय वसट गोपीचन कवचाय हुम वल्लभाय नेत्राय वस स्वास्थ्य पट यमति गुरु परमे गुरु ईश पुष्पाञ्जलि। ओम यज्ञ पुरुष भगवानाय नमः। ईशः ल त्यति भइसकेपछि ओम क्रव्यादि अग्नये नमः। ओम क्रव्यादि अग्नये राजत प्रारः। अब त्यसपछि फेरि ओम भूर्भुवसो ओम इदं बलबलनामाग्नये नमो नमः। यहाँ छोडिदिने है। त्यसपछि धूप दीप गर्ने अनि नैवेद्य चढाउने। नैवेद्य लाइटर चाहिँ ब्राह्मण समखमाचित बाहुराजन्य कृतौरत तथा शूद्र अजायत ये से यज्ञ पुरुष वैष्णवे नमो नमः। ओम चंद्रमा मनसो जात तथा सूर्यो जायत मुखात् इंद्राचार्य प्रणवायुरजायत ऐसे दीपं दर्शयामि। ओम यज्ञ पुरुषाय नमः। दीजिए प्रभुपाद को ऐसा धूपम दीपम ओम अस्राय फरिदम प्राणाय सपनाय ध्यान उदनाय समनाय सना व्यास नद सुषुदु भगवान भूमिदम विविध व्यंजनम समर्पयामि ओम यज्ञ पुरुषाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ठीक, तो आप लोग जस्ट टेक सम होल्ड सम वाटर। ओम एउटा फुल यसो घुमाएर त साइडमा राखिदिनु त। ओम अग्निदूतम पुरोदते हव्यासोदम साधसम ओम हैवत्यम जात वेदो देव्यम प्रजासनम ओम साधुपमास्तम एउटा चन्दन फुल राखेर यता कोणमा ईशान कोणमा ओम स साधुभावम आस्ताम ओम साधुवामये ओम अर्चैसे भवन्तम अर्चैष्य ओम गोविंद गोविंद ओम गोविंद 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 ओम तत्सद अद्य मासे आश्विन मासे शुक्ल पक्षे दशमी तिथौ श्री रामचंद्र विजय उत्सव दिने अद्य दिने अस्य दीक्षा कर्मण होम कर्मणि कृतकृत्यजवेक्षण ब्रह्मत्वेन भगवन्तमरुद्रोस्मि। ओम यथा ज्ञानं ब्रह्मं कार्यं कुरु सोम यथा ज्ञानं करवाम निरस्तपरावसु। फेरि एउटा फुल लिएर घुमाएर छोडिदिनु। ओम श्रीराम विष्णु जल छोडिदिनु। अग्निदेव जस्ट लिभ देयर। विष्णु पर चक्र में त्रेदाह निधम समस्या पारगुण स्वाहा। ओम इदम त्रिनादि शोधन भन्छ नि, यसो घिउ अलिकति छर्किदिनु काम यो भाँडा लिएर यसो घिउ दाउरामा हालिदिनु है बस। ओम पूर्वासम श्री नारदाय स्वाहा। ओम ओम आग्नेय कपिल देवाय स्वाहा। ओम इदम यमे श्री यम भागवताय स्वाहा। ओम इदम निरित्याम ओम श्री भीष्मदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम प्राचित्याम ओम श्री शुकदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम वायव्याम ओम श्री जनकाय स्वाहा। ओम उदित्याम ओम सदाशिवाय स्वाहा। ओम ईशान्याम श्री प्रहलादाय स्वाहा। ओम उर्वे ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा। ओम अद बलि महाराजाय स्वाहा इत्यादि। ओम पवित्र ओम देवी स्तोत्र संस्कार अब इत्यादि तीनचोटि पानीले घुमाइदिनु त अलिअलि यो पानी फुलले। ओम तद विष्णु परमं पदम सदा पश्यन्ति सूर्यद्विषा चुस्रातम अनन्तानमनसो ओम अच्युतामन्यसो ओम सरस्वत्यमन्यसो ओम अग्नि प्रदक्षिणां प्रसवेगं पद तप सदकेतुः पुनान्तु भागीसो। ओम तपश्च तेजस श्रद्धा च ह्रीं च सत्यं च अकृतं च त्यागः च धृतिः च धर्मः च सत्वं च वाक् च मनः च आत्मा च ब्रह्म च तानि प्रपद्येतानि मवावन्तु इति कुशकण्डिका सम्पूर्णं। ठीक, अब घिउ हाल्ने तो just like this 2-3 fingers and then swaha when say swaha and put over there. तपाईं घिउ हाल्नु अलि बसेर फर्स्ट टाइम ओन्ली 5 times only घी and then त्यहाँ भित्र हाल्नु है अग्नि। ओम भू स्वाहा इदम विष्णवे नमः इदम न मम। ओम भुव स्वाहा इदम अच्युताय इदम न मम। ओम सो स्वाहा इदम नारायणाय न मम इदम न मम। ओम भूर्भुव सो स्वाहा इदम अनन्ताय इदम न मम। ओम कृष्णो वै सजानन कृष्णादि पुरुषं कृष्ण पुरुषादि कृष्णावधि कर्मबल सर्वे कर्म संदर्भ मखपुजम कृष्णं राधस्तं तबारे एनमनंदा तत्लवते कृते। ओम कृष्णाय स्वाहा। हाँ हाल्ने हो दिस only 5 times this and then later on like this swaha like this। ओम पाहिनो अच्युता एनंसे स्वाहा इदम विष्णवे इदम नमः। ओम पाहिनो विश्ववेदसे स्वाहा इदम विष्णवे इदम नमः। यज्ञ पायि हरे विभो स्वाहा इदम विष्णवे इदम नमः। ओम सर्वपायि श्रीयपते स्वाहा इदम विष्णवे इदम नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते रोमपाद स्वामी गुरु महाराज इति नामिने स्वाहा। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने स्वाहा। ओम नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर इति नामिने स्वाहा। ओम श्री शिल भक्ति विनोद ठाकुराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री जगन्नाथदास बाबा महाराजाय स्वाहा। ओम षड्गोस्वामी गणेभ्यो स्वाहा। ओम जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की स्वाहा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा। ओम पाहिनो, ओम पाहिनो अनंत एकया पाय तृतीया पाय तृतीया पाय गिरश्चित विष्णु स्वाहा इदं विष्णवेदं नमः पुनरोजा निविष्टं पुनर्विष्णु ईशा युखं पुनर्पायसं स्वाहा इदं विष्णवेदं नमः ओम सहर यनिबतं विष्णु पिबतं धारयं पिबतं विशतोपरि स्वाहा इदं विष्णवेदं ओम अज्ञातात् यद् अज्ञातात् क्रियते क्रियतो मिथो विष्णु तदस्य कल्पत्वं हि वेद तथा यथा तदं स्वाहा इदं विष्णवेदं ओम प्रजापति विष्णुनो तोन्योन्यो विश्वजातानि परितबभूव यत् कामास्ते जहुमस्तप्तो नो अस्तु वयं श्यामपदरणं ओम विष्णवे स्वाहा इदं नमः ओम भू स्वाहा इदं नमः ओम भुव स्वाहा इदं अच्युताय नमः ओम सो स्वाहा इदं नारायणाय नमः ओम भूर्भुव सो स्वाहा इदं अनंताय नमः। वैष्णव हवन and then पार्षद ओम भिक्षसोनाय स्वाहा पंचमावत ओम सनकाय स्वाहा ओम सनातनाय स्वाहा ओम सनंदनाय स्वाहा ओम सनत कुमाराय स्वाहा ओम कवयो स्वाहा ओम हवये स्वाहा नवयोगेंद्र ओम अंतरिक्षाय स्वाहा ओम प्रबुद्धाय स्वाहा ओम पिपलनाय स्वाहा ओम आविर्होत्राय स्वाहा ओम द्रुमिलाय स्वाहा ओम चमसाय स्वाहा ओम करभाजनाय स्वाहा। I request to all the Vaishnava devotee, if you say also Swaha, and then it's hear the name of the Lord, all the parsad, and then do Swaha. Om Naradaya Swaha, Om Kapilaya Swaha, Om Yama Bhagavataye Swaha, Om Bhishma Devaya Swaha, Om Sukadevaya Swaha, Om Janakaya Swaha, Om Sadasivaya Swaha, ओम प्रहलादाय स्वाहा ओम ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ओम बलिराजाय स्वाहा ओम गरुड़ाय स्वाहा ओम हनुमते स्वाहा ओम अम्बरीशाय स्वाहा ओम व्यासदेवाय स्वाहा ओम उद्धवाय स्वाहा ओम युधिष्ठिराय स्वाहा ओम भीमाय स्वाहा ओम अर्जुनाय स्वाहा ओम नकुलाय स्वाहा ओम सहदेवाय स्वाहा ओम विदुराय स्वाहा ओम विष्णुराताय स्वाहा ओम विभीषणाय स्वाहा ओम श्री कृष्ण चैतन्याय गौराय स्वाहा ओम नित्यानंदाय स्वाहा ओम श्री अद्वैताय स्वाहा ओम पंडित गदाधराय स्वाहा ओम श्रीवासाय स्वाहा ओम श्री रूपाय स्वाहा ओम श्री सनातनाय स्वाहा ओम भट्ट रघुनाथाय स्वाहा ओम श्री जीवाय स्वाहा ओम गोपाल भट्टाय स्वाहा ओम दास रघुनाथाय स्वाहा ओम दीक्षा गुरवे स्वाहा ओम शिक्षा गुरवे स्वाहा ओम श्री नवदीप धामने स्वाहा ओम श्री मायापुर योगपीठाय स्वाहा ओम अंतरंगाय स्वाहा ओम पौर्णमास्याय स्वाहा ओम स्तोत्र कृष्णाय स्वाहा ओम लवंगाय स्वाहा ओम अर्जुनाय स्वाहा ओम वसुदामने स्वाहा ओम वसुदामने स्वाहा ओम विशालाय स्वाहा ओम सुबलाय स्वाहा ओम श्री रामाय स्वाहा ओम श्री कृष्णाय स्वाहा ओम नर्म सखेभ्य स्वाहा ओम प्रिय नर्म सखेभ्य स्वाहा ओम सहचरेभ्य स्वाहा ओम सर्वे गोपालगणेभ्य स्वाहा ओम नंदाय स्वाहा ओम उपनंदाय स्वाहा ओम सुनंदाय स्वाहा ओम महानंदाय स्वाहा ओम शुभानंदाय स्वाहा ओम प्राणानंदाय स्वाहा ओम सदानंदाय स्वाहा ओम गुरवे स्वाहा ओम सर्वेभ्य महंत गुरुभ्य स्वाहा ओम श्री चैत्य गुरवे स्वाहा ओम श्री वार्षभानवी गंधर्व कार्तिका देवी श्री कृष्ण प्रिय सर्वेश्वरी क्लीं श्रीं वृंदावन देव सेवाधिकार प्रदे श्रीं ह्रीं तुभ्यं श्री राधिकायै स्वाहा इदं राधिकाय ओम कृष्णो वै सदानंद कृष्णादि पुरुषम कृष्ण पुरुषोत्तम कृष्ण हाउ कर्मादिमनो कृष्ण स सर्वकार्य कृष्ण का संदेशम मुखम प्रभुजम कृष्ण अंत बाह्ययन लवते मंगलम लवति तत्कृति ओम क्लीं कृष्णाय स्वाहा ओम ललिताय स्वाहा ओम श्यामलाय स्वाहा ओम विशाखाय स्वाहा ओम चंपकलताय स्वाहा ओम इंदुलेखाय स्वाहा ओम सुदेव्यै स्वाहा ओम रंगदेव्यै स्वाहा ओम तुंगविद्याय स्वाहा ओम कुंडलताय स्वाहा ओम धनाय स्वाहा ओम मंगलाय स्वाहा ओम पद्माय स्वाहा ओम शैव्यै स्वाहा ओम भद्राय स्वाहा ओम चित्रोपलाय स्वाहा ओम पाल्यै स्वाहा ओम ताराय स्वाहा ओम कुंजकालिकाय स्वाहा ओम निकुंजकालिकाय स्वाहा ओम सुखकालिकाय स्वाहा ओम प्रमोदाय स्वाहा ओम धनिष्ठाय स्वाहा ओम तुलस्यै स्वाहा ओम रमाय स्वाहा ओम रम्याय स्वाहा ओम ब्रह्मवष्ट्याय स्वाहा ओम रसदाय स्वाहा ओम आनंददाय स्वाहा ओम कलावत्याय स्वाहा ओम रूपमंजरे स्वाहा ओम अनंगमंजरे स्वाहा ओम रसमंजरे स्वाहा ओम लवंगमंजरे स्वाहा ओम कस्तूरी मंजरे स्वाहा ओम गुणमंजरे स्वाहा ओम रतिमंजरे स्वाहा ओम कर्पूरमंजरे स्वाहा ओम सर्वा सखीभ्य स्वाहा ओम सर्वा सहचरीभ्य स्वाहा ओम सर्वा संगिनेभ्य स्वाहा ओम सर्वा रंगिनीभ्य स्वाहा ओम वृषभानुगणेभ्य स्वाहा ओम वृषभानुभ्य स्वाहा ओम कृतिदाय स्वाहा ओम सर्वे कार्षणेभ्य स्वाहा ओम सर्वे वैष्णवेभ्य स्वाहा ओम सर्वा वैष्णवेभ्य स्वाहा ओम नारायणाय स्वाहा ओम कारणधाब्दिसायिने स्वाहा ओम गर्भदकसायिने स्वाहा ओम क्षीरोदसायिने स्वाहा ओम वैकुंठधामने स्वाहा ओम वासुदेवाय स्वाहा ओम संकर्षणाय स्वाहा ओम प्रद्युम्नाय स्वाहा ओम अनिरुद्धाय स्वाहा ओम गोलोकधामने स्वाहा ओम मथुराधामने स्वाहा ओम द्वारकाधामने स्वाहा ओम मत्स्याय स्वाहा ओम कूर्माय स्वाहा ओम वराहाय स्वाहा ओम नृसिंहाय स्वाहा ओम वामनाय स्वाहा ओम संकर्षणाय स्वाहा रघुनाथरामाय स्वाहा जामदग्निरामाय स्वाहा ओम बुद्धाय स्वाहा ओम कल्किने स्वाहा ओम सर्वेभ्यो गुणावतारेभ्यो स्वाहा ओम सर्वेभ्यो मनमन अवतारेभ्यो स्वाहा मनमनाथ अवतारेभ्यो स्वाहा ओम हंसाय स्वाहा ओम यज्ञाय स्वाहा ओम दत्तात्राय स्वाहा ओम पृथ्वे स्वाहा ओम धन्वंतरय स्वाहा ओम मोहिन्यै स्वाहा ओम विराजय स्वाहा ओम सत्ययुग अवताराय शुक्लमूर्तये स्वाहा ओम त्रेतायुग अवताराय रक्तमूर्तये स्वाहा ओम द्वापर युग अवताराय कृष्णमूर्तये स्वाहा कलियुग अवताराय पीतमूर्तये स्वाहा ओम श्री वृंदावन धामने स्वाहा ओम श्री वृंदावनाय स्वाहा ओम द्वादश वनेभ्यो स्वाहा ओम द्वात्रिंशत् उपवनेभ्यो स्वाहा ओम राधा गोविंद हरे स्वाहा ओम राधा माधव हरे स्वाहा ओम गौरांग नित्यानंदाय स्वाहा ओम श्रीनाथ जी गोपालाय स्वाहा ओम तुलसी शालिग्रामाय स्वाहा ओम गिरिराजाय स्वाहा ओम नृसिंहदेवाय स्वाहा सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमानाय स्वाहा ओम जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्राय स्वाहा ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णु ज्वलंतं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं विषणं भद्रं मृतो नमाम्यहं स्वाहा ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णु ज्वलंतं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं विषणं भद्रं मृतो नमाम्यहं स्वाहा ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णु ज्वलंतं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं विषणं भद्रं मृतो नमाम्यहं स्वाहा ओम श्रीं क्लीं ब्रजस्थावर ब्रजबास्य थावरं जंगम सपरिकर श्री राधा कृष्णाभ्यं स्वाहा इदं राधा कृष्णाभ्यं इदं नाम थोड़ा जल लेके घुमाएंगे ओहो हम यज्ञपदे समर्पये हरि ओम प्रसवो थोड़ा घी ले रहे हाल देना है तो भीतर पाने ओम प्रभावो अनिरुद्र प्रसवो यज्ञम प्रसुभ यज्ञपतिम भगाय पाता सर्वपुत केतुपकेतम न पुनान्तुम बागिचो वाचम न सोदतु स्वाहा 3 चोटि पानी घुमाइदिनु त फुल लिएर ओम अनंत अनंतम अन्वस्तम ओम अच्युतम अन्वस्तम ओम सरस्वती अन्वस्तम आरिक्तम वयंतु वयम ओम भू वैष्णवानाम अधिपतये हाँ नाउ stand up and take this banana this one also र तपाईँ पनि उठ्नुहोस् यहाँ यो सुरुमा यो हालेर त्यो पहिला हात जस्तो यसो हालेर be ready. I'll do small arati and then we can purnahoti and then finish. Oh my God. ओम ब्राह्मण समुखमासी बाहुराजन कृत वृतदर्पसागुं शूद्रो अजायत यश धूतं मर्दयन ओम यज्ञपुरुषाय विष्णवे नमो नमः गुरवे नमो नमः प्रभु also ओम चंद्रमा मनसो जात दशस्र जात मुगादना जात कनवाय विदु नामाग्नये नमो नमः सात सात हम गुरुवे नमो नमः। तो आप लोग महाराज को नहीं देंगे, ठीक है। ओम तरण नमो नमः। ओम गोविंदाय। ओम भो वैष्णवानामधिपतये विष्णवे रुद्रस्य तदचरोदृशः पशूनामस्माकं मां येषि यदसुतं तद स्वाहा। ओम पूर्ण होम यशसे विष्णवे जुहोमि यस्मै विष्णवे जुहोति सवरस्मै ददाति। ओम विष्णु यशसा भामि लोके स्वाहा। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। पाँचवटा कलश अलिअलि जल मिसाउनु पर्यो, अलिअलि थोरै यो चम्चाले यसमा हाल्नु, एक चम्चा यसमा हाल्नु। And do namaskar and then Kshama Yachana. Those things also have to go, I think so. Okay. Side. This Purna Hoti mean side. Okay, in the side. Otherwise it will go. त्यो पानी यस कस्तो गरेको, यो पानी चाहिँ यसमा हाल्नु के अभिषेक गर्नुलाई उल्टो गर्नु। Do namaskaram and then asking for the forgiveness is something ups and down and some aparad is happened, then this is called seva aparad. ओम अस्मिन् दीक्षा विष्णु होम कर्मणि ओम अंगहीनम क्रियाहीनम विधिहीनम च यद् भवेत् अस्तु तत् सर्वमच्छिन्द्रं कृष्णकार्षण प्रसादतः। ओम तत्सद अधिकृतेऽस्मिन् दीक्षा कर्मणि हवन कर्मणि ओम यत् किञ्चिदं वैकुण्ठं जातं तद्दोष प्रशमानं श्रीकृष्णं स्मरणं करोमि। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। त्यो चाँडै कलश जोड्नु भयो, त्यो दुईटाको नि यहाँ हाल्नु पऱ्यो मान्छे। त्यो प्रणाम फर अग्निदेव। अलिकति हाल्नु त्यहाँ, यसबाट अलिकति घिउ यो चन्दन निकालौँ, प्रभुपादलाई अलिकति अफर गरौँ। हाल्नु हो। हरि ओम देव शान्ति अंतरिक्ष गुम शान्ति पृथ्वी शान्ति रापः शान्तिरो गदय शान्तिर्देशो देवः। फिल गर्नु शान्ति शान्तिरतु शान्तिरतु दितिरतु दिति सुशान्तिर्भवतु। Here writing Vaishnava Shanti, Brahmana Shanti, everybody should be peace. Rupa Goswami. ओम वैष्णवा शांति सर्वगुण शांति शांति सामा शांति रेदि शांति रघुति विरसति रो सो शांति भवतु। हरे कृष्ण। थोड़ा सा चंदन और ये कमेन्ट लगाइदिनु सबैलाई। So somebody can sing the Nrsimha prayer or I have to? Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Hiranyakasi Purvachaha. His Holiness Rumpal Swami Maharaj ki जय। आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई है दोनों जन को कंग्रेचुलेशन हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you all for coming and joining us. During the shot of the Hare Krishna. So please join us this evening if you can for a home program at Anandila Mataji's home. And tomorrow we have a temple program in the evening here, so make sure you join us for the Sunday feast program. In the morning there's going to be a home program at Anand Chaitanya Prabhu's home. And on Monday evening we have a program at Kevala Bhakti Prabhu's home. So make sure you can RSVP to them so they can make appropriate prasadam arrangements. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govind